Okay, so I am going to cover 5 mods that I think just add a little bit more quality of life to the game. They're not going to be particularly game-changing mods. They're not going to change too much that kind of breaks the game or breaks the immersion and stuff. I have seen mods like a field of view slider. You can change your field of view. I personally don't want to use things like that just because I think part of what makes this game what it is like how it's set up. Like the field of view is fine, doesn't need changing in my opinion. That's something that can just stay the same. I feel like if you could see too much around you, it would kind of break the immersion a bit. So yeah, it won't be mods like that, but the 5 mods that I've got lined up are just kind of useful quality of life additions. So the first mod that I just want to go through with you guys is the reserved flashlight slot, and this kind of ties in with my second mod as well, which is I'll kind of do both at the same time then. So I'll do reserved flashlight and the reserved walkie-talkie. So they're kind of the same thing. The reserved item slots, they need the reserved item slot core mod for those to work. So once you've installed that, there's then the additional mods, and I will go through that with you and just tell you what you need. But they basically give you these slots on the right hand side. So if I pick up a flashlight, it's over on the right hand side of the screen. Now I can hold Alt, and that allows me to then scroll. Whilst I'm holding Alt, I can scroll and cycle through the talkie-walkie and the flashlight. Pretty handy. It means it frees up the rest of your slots, and now if I let go of Alt, and I can just scroll through here. Okay, so if I just go to a planet, I can pick stuff up. So we've got our reserve slot, and then I can actually pick up items, and they'll stay at the bar at the bottom, and we're not taking up any extra space. So that's kind of like mods 1 and 2. Alright, so these are the mods that I was talking about in the video. So I'll just go over the reserved item slot core, because this is what you need if you want to use the flashlight and the walkie-talkie separately to your inventory slots. I found that at the moment I couldn't use my terminal in game if I used the latest one, 1.2.5. So this one that has way more downloads anyway, version 1.2.4. I've used that. That seems to be better. Going from what I've tested, it seems like you get around 10 seconds from sprint. So this is fully recovered. If I start sprinting, basically it's about 10 seconds of sprint before we run out. And I'm sure you can see where this is going. So there we go, we run out, and if I stop, it's about 10 seconds again to recover. But what you can do is you can use the better stamina mod. Again, all the links will be in the description, but you can use the better stamina mod to just increase your stamina duration, how fast it recovers and stuff. But I'll go through the config with you, and we'll put all that stuff in. But that's the third mod. I think it just adds a little bit more. Sometimes getting from the ship to the planet and back again can be a little bit painful sometimes with the stamina that's on there. So this just allows you to run a little bit faster, a little bit further. Well, I don't know about faster, but you can run further. And technically you can run faster because you can cover more ground, so I guess you kind of can. So when you have your BepInEx folder, you'll have your plugins here. But if you go back a folder, you've got config. Inside there, obviously you can configure your BepInEx plugin itself. But then you also get some extra configurations here too. Pretty self-explanatory. They've put comments in for you, but this is the multiplier for how much stamina drains whilst sprinting. The default value is 0.75. Now I think that's the default value that the plugin has set, not the default value inside the game. A multiplier for how fast your stamina regenerates. So okay, so that's a nice easy one. So again, make that like 3, and it's gonna regen twice as fast. A multiplier for how much stamina jumping consumes. So you could very well just go 0 and your stamina will not drain for jumping. That actually could be a really nice little quality of life improvement. A multiplier for how much your speed and stamina consumption are affected by weight. I haven't really noticed this much by default anyway in the game, and I wouldn't want to change that too much because again that's kind of like dipping your toes in the area of changing the actual game mechanics and making it slightly too easy, which makes it less fun. The number 4 mod today is the faster item dropships. So if I was to go onto my terminal, which once again isn't going to work, I'm going to have to look at that. Okay, so I've solved the terminal issue. So yeah, anyway, going on to the 4th plugin, which is the faster item dropship. So if I go to a store, and obviously if I buy like a walkie-talkie, confirm, Lovely, right. So I think it's from the moment you land, not when you select the planet. So like, we have landed. Okay, so that's already here. So I think that's already set up to come in quicker. I'm not too sure. But there is a config, and we will go through that. So we'll look at that. But basically, as you can imagine, faster item dropship, it gets here quicker, so you don't have to waste as much time waiting for this to arrive, and you can just get on with your mission. So if we open that, we got a walkie-talkie. We have the fast item dropship configuration. I'm going to assume then, going on how quick it arrived in our video, that either this has already changed, or it just starts from the minute you settle down. Then the timer starts counting. Boom. But yeah, if you just set this to a low value, it should just be there when you arrive. The max duration in seconds that the item dropship will stay. So 40 seconds is the default. The max land duration is currently set to 40 as well, so again, maybe increase that number so that it's there for longer, so you don't miss it. Okay, so yeah, so the next one, so basically it just adds a new counter, and it tallies up every single thing on your ship and tells you how much it's worth. So rather than having to, like, before, if I wasn't looking at the hairdryer and I was looking over here, it wouldn't tally it, but now you can see I've got a ship counter, it says 97. Well, we have something somewhere that's adding some value to our counter, but basically the point is I don't have to look at my loot, I can look anywhere, I can scan, and it will just tell me how much my loot's worth on the ship. All of it at once. So yep, that's that. So that's the sort of the 5 mods that I've got installed just to add some quality of life. But if you subscribe, I'll do another video and I'll cover more mods, and we will go through some slightly crazier ones as well as the useful ones. But yeah, I'll also put a video out using the bigger lobbies mod, so we'll try and get some more players in. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do, just helps me out. I will see you guys in the next video.